everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Final Fantasy XIV Online Let's Play. And it is really hard for me not to sing the music, as you know. But we are back, and we are back with Vesper. And today, we're going to be continuing on the main story quest, where we have to follow Yugiri to Isari. And we're right at the entrance, and I'm pretty sure that there's a cutscene. So, anytime you enter a new zone, there usually is. So we'll... Oh no, Ruby C? This isn't a new zone. In fact, I think I can fly here. Yeah, okay. Well, we could have started the episode somewhere else, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and start here. We're probably headed to a new zone very quickly. Alright, Yugiri. From here, we will turn north until we arrive at a cave, through which we must pass in order to reach the Azim Steep. Lise and Gosetsu have already gone on ahead. We should carry on as well. Okay. This isn't where I had these. No, that's Skirabanya. Oh, look. While we're here, let's grab this. I think we do a lookout. Oh, you get out of here. Lookout. Yay, okay, we got a sightseeing entry. I've never really, like, focused those. I'm not quite sure, like, what you get out of them. Anytime I see one, I tend to stop and grab it. Alright, through this cave. Gosetsu! Wait, where's Lise? Here, I was judging whether that was Lise or not, but that... No offense, Lise, but that's a dog. My bad. I think Lise is probably one of the most pretty characters there is in the game, so... Alright. New zone. I really like this zone.
I remember the emptiness, vast and endless. The Azim Steppe, home to countless roaming tribes. A sacred land, watched over by elder gods. Here, we would find Doma's salvation. With the wind at our backs, we walked on, in search of hope, in search of him.
Cool. I think I like this zone because it reminds me of that grassy zone from Final Fantasy X. You know where you do the chocobo races? Right before the mountain fight with Seymour. I hate that fight, by the way. That fight made me not able to finish the game for like 12 plus years, so... Alright, Yugiri. I give you the Azim Steppe, Vesper, though I should say that this is but one small portion of it. Despite the close proximity, Domans rarely venture this far north. Most find these lands and their people strange and foreign. Fortunately, those who frequent Reunion are more welcoming than most. Come, it is not much further. Cool. And the music here is... Mwah! Chef's kiss. Delicioso. We're gonna run, because I want to embrace the music for a second. Look at this dude. Equestrian warrior. Beep-a-doop-da-da. Alright, Giri. Welcome to Reunion, my friends. Here is where we will begin our search for Lord Hien. Okay, any of these mine? Ooh. Corset of Casting. Put that on. Wearing a little corset, doesn't show up. I wish belts did show up, but I understand why they don't. Oh, we gotta go get that Aether while we're here. When last I spoke with Lord Hien, he said he spent much time in these markets. I'd hoped we might find him here today, but alas. Hey, Yugiri, I've been meaning to ask. There are an awful lot of Zayla here, aren't there? Oh, I assumed you knew. The Azim Steppe has been home to the nomadic tribes of the Zayla since antiquity. More than 50 roam these lands. And though they do not constitute a nation, there is a hierarchy of sorts, determined through ritual combat. Funny. If they're so busy fighting each other, you'd think the Empire would be able to march in and take the steppe with ease. I wonder why they haven't. Why indeed, Lise. Why indeed. Perhaps they see little value in it, especially given the fierce reputation of the Zayla warriors, who would fight tooth and nail to oppose them. These lands were not made for men. The soil is thin and the weather unforgiving. The Zayla found ways to survive, it is true, but they are made of sterner stuff than most Imperials, conscript or citizen. Thanks for taking the time to explain. It sounds like I've got a lot to learn. Later, I mean. We're meant to be looking for Hien. People from many tribes gather in Reunion to trade goods and information. I should be surprised if we cannot learn something of value here. Let us make our inquiries separately. Vesper, why don't you speak with some of the merchants here? Alright. First things first, though. Be right back, Chambui. I want to grab this Aetherite. Should also grab that Chocobo Porter. La 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 la. Or Falcon Porter, I mean. No, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm just grabbing you in case. I never take Falcon Porters. I don't know why. I think because we have the Aether. If I want to, like, fast travel somewhere, I'll just use that instead of doing a... Look at this cool outfit. We're about to get something like this, I think. Which means we could make another glamour. Let me look at her real quick. Level 70. Archer, Bard, Mechanic, Dancer. That's a really cool outfit. I think we're gonna get something very similar to that. Alright, Chambui. Buzz! Fresh Buzz! Your choice of lamb or Joe. Guaranteed to satisfy. How many we have, miss? I don't want Buzz. Eh? A Doman? Unless another Dazkar is keeping him or her yurt, he is not here. More fool her if she took a Doman for a husband. What? But enough about Domans, let us speak of Buzz instead. You cannot come to the Azim Steppe and not sample this most traditional of delicacies. No, I don't want your Buzz. Yasui. What fortune you have come hither at this time. Freshly slaughtered, every cut available on request. Organs too. Hearts, livers, brains, or a brace of blood sausages, if you desire only a snack. A Doman? Poor meat they make Domans. I jest. I did see a young mole in the company of some few days ago. Okay. Spider. Roasted fish with pumpkin, an exotic foreign delicacy cooked to perfection, beloved without the steppe. Come. You seek Domans? Then you are come to the wrong place, my friend. Delicious as my foodstuffs are, they find little favor with those from the south. Now, if it were Goro you were looking for, on the other hand, then I might be able to help you. They flock to my stall. Alright. Jalaquai. I like that name. They got some cool names out here. Oh, a Goro Horsemaster. That cool pony. I have brought you a new brush, my beloved. So smooth and silky your mane shall be, the envy of every other man. Say again? You are seeking who? Ah, the Doman. I know of whom you speak. He comes and goes with a mole girl. Though I could not describe her, I only know that she is mole because I heard them talking as they passed. With the chat mode in Say, use your keyboard, software keyboard, any phrase that contains mole to ask Azalea reunion if they are of the mole tribe. Oh, okay. Hey girl, Say. Wait, let me change it to Say. Are you mole? I am Ura, if you must know. Come down from the mountains in the north, if there's nothing else. Okay. You there? No any mole. You take me for a mole? I am Oraner. Compare me not with one so weak and lowly. Well, dang, dude, I was just asking. So, oh, I think this... Spoilers, I think this is it. Any phrase with mole. Yes, I am mole. My name is Serena. May I help you? Hey. I just realized there were other players who are probably like, why did this lady write any phrase with mole? Oh, I see. You're looking for Hien. In that case... Yes? How urgent this business must be to leave our conversation unfinished. The Kinsei, will you buy it? There is but one bundle left. If not, then... I will, though I had not thought to pay so high a price. It is a bargain for which you should be grateful. If you lack the coin, then the fault is your own, and you will leave with nothing. Dang, dude. Please, I must have the Kinsei. The gods themselves requested it. We are bound to their will. Pay me the difference in Whisper Root. I will sell it to the next apothecary to pass through your reunion, and we will each feel fairly treated. But do not tarry. Should another come before you, coin in hand, I will not refuse him. I understand. Thank you for this kindness. I'm sorry, but we must speak of Hien later. I cannot leave reunion without that Kinsei. Okay. Let's get the Gunbreaker gun, I guess. Alright, Serena. What do you need? You want to help me, is that it? I do not know what to say. Thank you, Vesper, thank you. The lumbering ones we must fell wander the plains to the west of Reunion. If we each harvest 2, then we should have enough Whisper Root. Return here when you have finished. Good luck. Okay. Are there any Blue Plus quests? No. Alright, we gotta go over here. Quit yelling in my ear. Jalaquai! We are looking for something that gives us Whisper Root. Slay Doles. These? Yeah, those has to be it. Yeah, okay. Alright, and away we go. Ooh. Dead and gone. And then we'll kill this one. Wish I knew what they were saying so I could actually sing along with it. Alright. We got our 2? Yes. Deliver the Whisper Root to Serena. Alright, Serena. Welcome back, Vesper. Have you brought the Whisper Root? Yes. Blessed is he who shows kindness to strangers, for with fortune does he ever ride. Oh, bye, wing sauce. Will this quantity suffice? It shall. The Kinsey is yours. The gods favor you more than you know, child. Ogden rarely have need of such herbs, and so my stock is limited. Had you come a day earlier or later, I would have none for you. Perhaps the gods guided me here, as they guided grandmother, as they guided this woman from the west. Moi?
Hey.
Hey, Lise.
How goes the search? Any luck?
Yeah, I met this Serena.
What fortune to meet a friend of the young master!
Well met, Serena. If you have an inkling as to the current whereabouts of Lord Hien, we should be most grateful for your assistance.
Oh, please! It is I who should be grateful.
Hold! What is this? I came first, you second!
Uh-oh. Hold on, I was taking a drink.
Know you to whom you speak? All people of the steppe should. Or have you fought so much that you have forgotten the fate of your superiors? Superiors? I spit on your superiority, little prince! Twisted and mad as sand devils your kind are!
Daring do dandy is. What the heck?
Those two don't seem to like each other very much.
Those boys are of the Oranir and Dothal, the 2 strongest tribes.
Hmm.
The children of Azim are destined to rule, so they declare to all who will listen. Their word is law. For now, grand, flamboyant fighters, but deadly, very deadly. He prances as a horse, as do his brothers after their many recent victories. The Undying ones too are strong, fearless, and vicious. They often reigned in the past. Now they are sorely tested.
Hmm. That guy looks sick.
Ah, the master of the markets. He is Castir. To fight in reunion is forbidden, and to break the peace is to be banished forever. This he says without words, for words are lies to the Castir. They do not speak.
That's interesting. And all these different tribes share the same lands, do they? No wonder it's tense.
I shall look for you on the field at the Nardum. Mark my words! As shall I. Mayhap I shall take 11 more Dothar heads to make a dozen with yours. I look forward to the day.
Jeez, dude. Can't we all get along?
The dispute will be settled at the Nardum?
A great battle held on the final day of the Sahan-San. During this time, all bonds of hierarchy are broken. All Zayla are equal and free to prepare for the fight. The tribe which triumphs in the Nardum rules until the next Sahan-San. Which in these lands is now.
Oh. This is bringing back memories. This is one of the coolest storylines. I have to say that Blue Tribe, the one she called them the Undying Warriors, one of my favorite like stories or histories or pieces of lore in the entire game. I love that tribe. I think it's so unique and original, and it's absolute. They did it so well in here.
Ah, so that is what they call the custom. I presume your tribe will also be taking part?
Not all seek the Dawn Throne. Some are satisfied with their lot. Others, like the Kestir, have reason to remain neutral. Them all are lambs among wolves. Long were we content to remain apart and live quietly, but... Never mind that. You seek Hien, yes? I know where he may be.
What's up, girl? You need some help? Vesper wants to help you real bad. Okay, any of these that we... What do these look like? Are these cool? Oh, they're kind of sick, actually. What do... These ones look like? Ah, not as great. Beauty, we don't care about, so we'll just get the gunbreaker stuff. Oh, I see blue quest line. Alright, Serena, what do you got? Long ago, my grandmother, having received a vision from the gods, bade me go forth into the southern mountains. It was there that I found Hien, near death from many wounds. I brought him to our village, and there we nursed him back to health. Afterwards, he chose to remain, that he might repay us for our kindness. Doman set much store by honor and shame, so at first I did not question it. Excuse me, if I could see your map for a moment. Here, he has grown fond of this place. It affords him a view of the markets and the steppe. I would accompany you, but I must return to our village to prepare my grandmother's meal. Thank you again for your assistance. Bye, Serena. Our long-awaited reunion is at hand. Come, my friends, let us go and greet our lord and master. Alright, but I'm gonna pick up that quest first. Okay. Get an Aether. Hello, traveler. As it happens, some of the local Kastiri merchants have been dealing with a problem involving your kind of late. Reunion is run by the Kestir. It will not do you any favors to displease them. The tribe is famed for its dislike of speech. They believe that all words are merely lies. The Kastiri way is to show your intentions through your actions. Nothing else shall suffice for them. And yet a merchant from far-off lands has recently appeared in Reunion, trying to force the Kestir to trade by using the very words they despise. Ignorance is no excuse. I have seen others attempt to explain the local customs to him. However, it matters not what anyone says if he will not listen. I would appreciate if you were to take responsibility for this buffoon. No doubt he is still in the Khan's tent, harping on. Wait, is it someone we know? Is it... perchance a certain sunglass-wearing merchant? Where is he? Oh, up here. Hancock, maybe? Oh no, Gascot. I don't suppose you'd fancy taking part in this conversation anytime soon, would you? If I've done something to displease you, you need only tell me what... And just who would you happen to be? If you're here to trade, then you have to wait your turn. I arrived first. What's that? You're not a merchant. Well, are you aware of the funny customs these Kestir have? Apparently words aren't much use, only actions will do. I was told as much by members of other Ori tribes, but I just can't bring myself to believe it. How can one run a market if they refuse to speak? Regardless, it does not appear that I stand to gain much from continuing to rely on speech. If even a fellow outsider such as yourself is telling me to follow the Kestiri customs, I suppose it's high time I acquiesced. Now that I think of it, if you're not a competitor, would you perhaps be interested in working with me? Seek me out if you'd like to hear more. I mean, not really. Kinda. You were told the customs, you didn't really care about them, and then you... That's kind of a dick move, dude. It's been an eternity since I last had a chance to talk with a fellow traveler. The name's Gasket. I belong to the East Aldenar Trading Company, of course, and I've been stationed in the Far East for a while now. I used to work at our Kugane office until a short while ago. Word has it won't be long before Doma fully escapes the Empire's grasp. Very few merchants are going to pass up such a good opportunity to trade with a newly independent nation. I've always been a pioneer myself and decided that I would make certain I was the first to explore this new potential trade partner. I've brought bags full of foreign goods to impress the locals with. Yet despite this, I am unable to convince them to even talk to me, never mind take a look at my wares. If only they knew what harrowing obstacles I have overcome just to be here. Countless levies paid to pirates, daring escapes from fearsome bandits and beasts, I could go on forever. And what is my reward? The icy stare of a Kestiri woman. Until today, I had never met a lady that thought me anything but a charming gent. As it seems, I alone am not up to this task. I wish to ask for your aid, knowledgeable adventurer. If you help me convince them to trade, I promise you untold discounts in everything I have for sale. Yeah. I'm not really interested. No need to be so alarmed, friend. I merely wish for you to help me learn about Kestiri customs. I would not dream of asking you to threaten them, or force you to help me with my work. Their culture is unlike anything I have encountered thus far. If I am to get anywhere, I must study all of the customs and deities that govern their day-to-day lives. Only then do I stand a chance at convincing them to trade. This information shall doubtless be equally valuable to you on your travels. Why, if I weren't such a humble man, I would demand you show your gratitude for me for giving you this opportunity. Nope. I'm out. You are a dick. I wonder if he, learns a lesson after you help him. I hope so. I'm all for redemption arcs, but dude, give me a break. Alright, we're gonna find Hien, and I think he's up. He's up here. I believe. I see him. Think I see the man of the hour.
The Kami are merciful! My lord Hien, I see you are alive and well.
Ah, you are come sooner than expected. So, my blade or my head? Which would you have of me?
The people of Yansha remain loyal to Doma. I have seen the fire in their eyes. They are ready to rise up and fight. The time is ripe, my lord. Return with us, blade in hand, and lead Doma to freedom.
Naught less than liberty will suffice, then. A pity. It will prove far more difficult to deliver than my head. But if my people wish to pursue an impossible dream, then who am I to deny them?
That wicked scar, that's cool. Uh-oh, he's cute.
Gorsetsu! And,
Hey.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn, my lord. good and true friends who opened their hearts and homes to us when we fled to Eorzea. Far across the sea, they have journeyed to stand with us in the fight for Doman liberation, to oppose the Empire, as they have in the West, where they are lauded as heroes for their many deeds.
Say no more, Yugiri. Say no more. I observed how you helped Cyrilla, to whom I am deeply indebted. For that and for the aid you provided my people, you have my deepest gratitude.
Huh? Take a bow, Vesper.
There is no doubting your strength nor your character. It would be my honor to fight by your side. So, what of Doma? Arise, my friends, and tell me of our home.
Yay! Cool.
I have made my decision. Yugiri, I bid you return to Yanxia and take charge of our forces in preparation for my homecoming. As for our esteemed guests, I would ask that you remain here with me. I sense you will be a great help in the coming days.
Your will is my command, my lord, but how much longer do you intend to stay?
Oh, only until I have won the contest? I mean to return at the head of the Zayla army.
Oh.
You mean to participate in the Nardum?
Have you a better idea? Consider how soundly we were defeated before. The Imperials may have since grown weaker, but we are weaker still. It would be folly to challenge them without first supplementing our forces, so yes, I intend to win the Nardum and enlist the aid of every able-bodied Zayla I can. Furthermore, by championing the Mole in the contest, I can at last repay their kindness. Lest you forget they saved me from certain death, and a man who suffers such debts to go unpaid is without honor and unfit to lead.
Just so, just so. Our lord has spoken, Yugiri. But take heart. I shall keep him safe. And should it come to it, bring him back by force.
This is no laughing matter, Gosetsu. But if these are my orders, very well. Once more, I place my faith in you. Pray look after them both.
You got it. Oh, bye,
Looks like
Batman.
it's up to us then. Though it does seem a bit risky. Isn't Hien meant to be the next king of Doma or something?
Yeah.
So they say, though in truth I am but a pale reflection of my late father. All the more reason to entreat your assistance. For ours is an impossible dream. To set in motion a revolution that will rattle the very firmament and shake off the yoke of the most powerful empire in the world.
All right. Cool. Well, we have Hien on our side now. Vesper Valentina, was it? Once again, allow me to thank you for your many deeds in service to Doma. For 25 years did my father rule in name only. My rule, if one would deign to call it that, has been naught in comparison. The change is now. We have a purpose and a plan. And after we take to the battlefield together, we will have victory as well. But you are a practical woman. What the heck is that? Blowfish. It scared me. But you are a practical woman, I can tell. Disinclined to trust in words when actions speak truer. I can relate. Ooh, we get new boots. What do these look like? Oh, those are nice. I bet we could use those in a cool, cool outfit. And they're better than what we have on now, but they're gonna mess up my glamour. So, you two have heard of the Nardum. The great battle for supremacy of the steppe. I learned of it during my stay with the mole. To my knowledge, no foreigners have ever participated, much less triumphed in the Nardum. But lack of precedent notwithstanding, I should think we would have good standing to bid them march with us to Doma, should we win. Will they even permit us to fight, my lord? We belong to no tribe of the steppe. We are not without options, given what Serena has told me. You see, in accordance with the god's wishes, her people shall participate in the coming Nadam. And when they take the field, I mean for us to fight alongside them as fellow warriors of the Mole. But we need not discuss this at length here. Come, let us head north to Mole Elo, where Serena and her people have made camp for this season. Okay, I can do that. But first... Whip. Date. Got our boots on. And we're gonna... I hate to do this, but, we're gonna... take a little trip to Kugane real quick. To, take care of our... glamour problem? You know, fashion's a thing. There we go, we're good. And now, we can go back. There. See? It's like nothing ever happened. You gotta focus on what's important in life, and that's looking good in Final Fantasy XIV. I mean, come on. There's no other options of how to handle this. Alright. Mole Elo. Oh, there's another Aether up here. The Dawn Throne. I think I remember. Place. You know what? We should be on the lookout as we're going. Ah. Nothing close. I think that's where we're going right now. Like, what are those? So entrancing. It's like, I'm on it. It's headed right for it. So, I see where that... Oh no, we're 68 right now? Okay. I was gonna say, I thought we were about to hit 70. Then I would want to go buy some gear for us, I think. Level 70 gear. But I think you get that Kugane? I hope so. Alright, Hien. My friends, I give you Mole Elo. The Khatun of the tribe, Temulin, resides in the largest yurt. We should go and make our introductions. The yurt, huh? Let's hop back up. Don't mind me, someone you're supposed to trust. Coming up on Magitech armor. Alright, let's grab this Falcon Porter. And then head inside. Temulin. At last, the traveler comes.
Tamarun Hatun. Serena. I am returned.
Ah, you found each other.
Ours is the soil, Hien. The Domans, and the Eorzeans, too.
You know us?
The gods know you, child. As do the stars in the heavens, which shone bright at your coming.
The Mole hearken to the whispers of the elder gods, which guide us in our daily lives. We know them through the Utun, like my grandmother.
Hatun, I am come to beg a boon of you and yours. That I might liberate my homeland, I seek to rally the strength of the steppe. To that end, I wish to fight in the Nadam, as a warrior of the Mole. Will you grant me this honor?
To stand with the Mole is fruitless. Hien, do not do this. The gods may have willed that our tribe join in the Nardum, but there is no path to victory. We are weak and our numbers few. Even with your help, it would be impossible.
I thank you for your concern, Serena. But it is precisely because of the seeming hopelessness of your cause that we must needs cast our lot with you. Were we to join hands with a more favored tribe, our victory would inevitably be attributed to them, and no one would follow me to Doma.
Hmm.
'Twas the gods' will that we fight. Mayhap this too is their design. Hear me then. As Hartoon of the Mole, I invite you all to join with us in the Nardum.
Yay! Alright.
Will you look after them?
Come with me, friends. There is much I would show you.
You... wait. I would have words.
Uh-oh.
A singular radiance, shimmering, like a jewel of the Dusk Mother, blinding in its brilliance. Stars flicker and flock to you. Before such gathered light, even the secrets of the gods may be laid bare. Some are fated to rise in grace and glory. Others to falter and fade, though not from memory. Both will be your strength and salvation come the end. Cherish the stars and the light they bring you in the dark. For you are a traveler, are you not?
Huh. Dang, does this tie into... tie into what I know of Shadowbringers. And I was just thinking as she was talking, so does the tribe, that blue tribe I was talking about. So does that whole thing. Like, this game's just so good because all that stuff ties in together. Alright, Serena. Thank you all for coming and for offering to fight with us in the Nardum. Though I still fear our chances grim, I am grateful for your assistance. To be recognized as warriors of the Mole, there is a trial you must overcome. But before we speak of such things, there's another, more pressing matter. Okay. Is this better than what we have on? It is. And then more importantly, what does it look like? Oh, it looks cool. Okay. Good. I like it. Get it going. Ooh, yeah. That does look like a pretty cool... Wait, what is this? Oh, it's something to put on the table if we get a house. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, as you can hear, my dog is barking in the background. My dogs. So they have to go out, which is a perfect time because I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. And when we come back, we will see what Serena wants. And then she said there was some sort of trial. We'll probably get that done in the next episode as well. So guys, I want to thank you so much for all of your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Final Fantasy XIV online Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye everyone.